while, I really didn't even know their names. I'm being honest about
You
it.
even didn't electioneer there.
Pardon?
When you was running for office, you didn't electioneer there.
No, I didn't go down through that street. That was the mayor's street.
Oh, okay.
But I got nothing against chickens. I think their lot is too small, really. And I don't mean it's too small to have chickens. But you're crimped at 48 foot. From here to here is all they got. 48 foot right away, their lot is. They got room to put a coop in, because I was down there, and when Phil measured it, and I held the tape, and he went through it and all that. But I was raised on a farm. Chickens smell from 100 yards away in a chicken house. And like I said, if it was a much bigger yard, a half acre or 2 acres, I could see it. But a 48-foot lot in the back, I don't see how they're going to keep the smell out, really and truthfully. And like I said, I'm proud that people want to eat food and raise it, because, it may come to a time that that's all we're going to have to eat. But as far as her saying that I didn't come over here about the swimming pool, the water was gone when I come back, and there was nothing in her yard except water, because everything went down the drain. And chlorine does not hurt anybody. We drink that every day from our city water. Got chlorine in it. But I just hope that we can work something out, because the property value will go down. 'Cause I've had people tell me that it'll drop some. I ain't gonna say 10%, I don't know. But the way the economy is today, it's already down 10, 20%. But I just hope they don't. But if they do, I'm still a neighbor, and I'll do what I can to help anybody, anytime. So if anybody's got something they want to ask me, I'd be more than glad to answer it what I can, because I agree with what Kenny said. It's not good, but it's not bad. I'm not going to condemn any of it.
Anybody got any questions for Mr. Johnson? I guess not.
Thank you.
Sir? State your name when you come up, please.
My name's Stephen Knuckles. I live directly behind Kate.
Yeah.
I've had a week or two since we got the letter to think about it and all this. Colette, Miss Ingram had come to my house a couple times. She'd come earlier today. Me myself, I don't see no problems. I got a neighbor next to me that's got 3 little dogs, and they smell worse than anything. I have no problems with her having chickens. I'm a beef man myself. But if she can take care of them chickens, I don't have no problem with it. 'Cause she's dead, on me, as Bill can tell you. I was there that day talking to you. And Miss Ingram, I feel like you might have been dogging her a little bit. I don't know her neither. As far as neighbors goes, I try to get along with all my neighbors. But your brother's house, I thought about what you said. It was pretty bad shape before he fixed it up. So maybe that's why they, didn't want to rent it. So I think we need to give her a chance and let her have her chickens. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Knuckles?
May I?
Sure.
Okay. The rental came after the renovations. Mr. Knuckles, is your name on the deed for the property?
No, my wife.
Is it your wife or your ex-wife?
Excuse me?
Your wife or your ex-wife?
We've been married 13 years, ma'am. Bobby Joe
You are-
Knuckles.
Right now, you are presently married?
Yes.
But your name is not on the deed?
No.
Okay.
I thought in talking that you had said that you all had divorced.
That's,
Yeah, we had, it's a habitat house is what we got. At that time when we purchased the house, we wasn't together. We had signed up before, so I'm a roofer, so my income was a little too much. So, we ended up getting back together. So I don't know if that make a difference or not on you, but, I don't have no problem having chickens with her. My wife don't. You know, I got 2 girls, and I mean, if anybody can keep, you know, dogs or whatever, keep them cleaned up, I guess they can keep chickens cleaned up too.
Okay, thank you.
But your name is not on that deed neither. As far as that goes, I'm not trying to be smart or nothing, but you've come over twice to my house, and I've thought about everything you said. And, you know, if y'all cared about your parents' land, you wouldn't have sold that to Habitat and called them and wanted us to buy it.
Is there any other property owners? If I remember right, the Rowlett property runs all the way to Washington Avenue.
Kenny wound up dividing that off and selling the lower portion.
Okay.
The Habitat approached us and said that they had someone. I didn't know.
I know it used to, I just, like, is there any others here on the property owner? Okay, yes, ma'am.
My name is Sue Johnson, and I live at 124 Adams Street. And I would like to address you, please. You're not a very friendly neighbor because you very rarely speak. I very rarely see you. You have never made an effort to even come to my house except to ask to tie into my fence. Second thing I want to say is, I understand your need for taking care of your family and wanting to give your kids good food. I raised 4 kids by myself, and they had good food. They had farm food. And you know, during that whole time, not once did I have a chicken in my backyard. Because I had respect for my neighbors. There are too many other places, if you want chickens, that you can put them. There's plenty of places that you can put a garden in and still have room. You don't have to take up your whole backyard. This may surprise you, but we have spent almost 70 years working to pay off our house, to build our house, to make it the way we want it,
Mr.
to have
Chair,
it the way we want it.
Can you keep comments to the subject at hand, please?
And can we please have the people testifying direct their comments to the board?
Well, like I said,
We don't need to vent our differences and like here, let's just be to the point on,
the point is, there are other ways of raising your chickens, having your gardens, you know, there is no other way to get along, I guess, except for us just to say, okay, take your chickens. Next year we'll be up here because she needs a cow. So we're supposed to say, okay, you're raising your kids, you've got enough room, take your cow. Do not the people on either side of this property have any rights? And just remember, it could be your yard next.
no other property owners. Any questions for any of these?
Say something again?
If it's to vent something other, let's just keep the venting someplace else.
It's not about, no, I wouldn't consider it venting. It's on the merit of my application.
Okay.
I just want to reiterate that in the chicken ordinance, it doesn't say anywhere that your neighbors have to be in consensus that you can have chickens. It doesn't state that anywhere in the ordinance. And so, I believe that this decision should be made based on the merits of the ordinance, of which I meet, and not, necessarily, since it doesn't say in the ordinance that my neighbors can make that decision, not necessarily be so swayed by my neighbors' opinions of me in my yard.